Good afternoon, Tony Dottino here doing my live with Tony on Friday, April 29th. It's 4 months of the year 2022 have already gone past us, and the days keep going by quicker, and the articles keep coming fast and furious. And here I am reading a local paper today, and they're talking about memory mastery, memory master. How do you become a memory master? And I'm a high school champion. Trouble concentrating. Here we go. This is the issue of mind, mood, and memory. Trouble concentrating. Sharpen your focus. Improve your memory in the process. And we can switch to happiness. Sounds a little strange, but positive thinking. Positive thinking. Now, boy, have we heard this? And smiling has an impact on your physiological health. And we think about what you believe, and we keep hearing it, and we think, well, if I just put this switch on and we just turn it the other way around, it's like that easy in what we believe. And yes, we continue to find our belief systems and how and what we believe. It has a major influence on how we live and go about our lives. And I talk to that in terms of people. I keep talking with people and say, do you believe, right? Belief and positive. Do you believe that you have a good memory? And 9 out of 10 people do not believe that at all. They have all kinds of little tongue-in-cheek comments, and they think it's funny, and I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's sad. And so the first thing that I think about when I hear these things is, my goodness gracious, positive thinking makes a big difference, not only on your mental thinking, but your physiological health. And here you're just bashing your brain. And I'm saying, my goodness, bashing your brain is like and then you worry about dementia and Alzheimer's. So my goodness gracious, do you believe that you can improve your memory? And so I find myself telling people that memory, the word memory, memory, is a verb. There are things you can do to make a difference in your memory. There are things you can do to improve your memory at every age. And I just keep trying to find things that have an impact on your overall brain health. And so I talk about exercise. I talk about how you handle stress. I talk about the importance of getting good sleep. I talk about the importance of your social interactions and what that has. And the articles just keep coming, right? Positive. Men's Health magazine, right? Men's Health magazine, the elements of what you do for your brain. So what do you have to do to aim to keep your brain fit, and the thrill of maintaining a strong cognitive mental fitness? Then we talk about lighting up your life with music. Comes out of UCLA newsletter. Light up your life, your health with music. Listening to and playing music can transform your mood, movement, and more. Your brain on music and what it does and what the elements of that are. It's like endless. This just goes on. And then how lifestyle programs help you to heal your heart. And what do I say to you? The impact of what you do for your brain has a lot to do with also what you have with your heart. The current issue of mind, mood, and memory. Current issue, May. It's like fresh off the press. Take stock of your lifestyle risks and protective factors for dementia. Knowing where you can cut back or change may help you improve your odds of preserving your memory and cognition later in life. And they talk about COVID and Alzheimer's brain changes that appear to be similar. Anxiety and depression, the stresses and what that does. How to maximize your memory. I mean, it just, what more? It just keeps coming. UCLA again here. This is from their earlier, the issue, maintain your motivation. This is what I had on my bio. I'm like, God, I got to talk about this. Maintain your motivation to exercise. It's not about perfection, it's persistence. Tips from the experts help you to keep moving for your New Year's resolution. What are your goals? What are you going to select, and how are you going to stay with it? I was listening to an instructor at a brain fitness class today, and she said one of the biggest takeaways and what we do in this workshop is we engage you in physical activity and exercise. And there's tons and tons of research that basically have continued to tell us that physical exercise, movement, aerobic activity, are huge benefits to your brain health, as well as to your physical heart health and your well-being. Stress takes away from this, right? We put ourselves into stress anxieties. And so here's an article on 4 stress busting, mind clearing techniques. So play the drum, right? Play a drum, do some coloring, right? We're talking more and more about coloring. God, I was at the pool yesterday. Boy, is this like me? I'm doing back. I'm swimming on my back, and I'm staring at the cloud formations. This talks about cloud gazing. I'm looking at the shapes of the clouds, right? I hope all of us have got clouds somewhere in our environment, in our geographies, where you can just sit there or lay on a blanket or just lay back or just, you know what, just look out and study what the clouds are doing and the images and the pictures, and just let yourself wander. Walking, the importance of walking. Oh, God, it's no end in sight. Harvard Medical School, May, the current issue, May, making sense of dementia trends. The data seems a bit confusing. Here's what you better understand. What's going on with dementia? What do we need to do? What medications do you take? What exercises are you in? What trend is right? What's likely in your family or your genes? And it just goes on. And what are the rates? And what's the prevalence of it? And is it increasing? Is it decreasing? My goodness, it's just end and end. How do you reset your heart health at the same time? And it goes on. What does all this mean for you? What is your education that you're getting? What happens when you have high blood pressure? What are you doing about obesity and mental stresses and physical activity? Do not socially isolate. Do I have to keep going on social isolation? Loneliness, right? Loneliness. What's it doing to us? It's squeezing those in the middle. For those of us that we can't socialize, and COVID, and you're over 50 or 60 or whatever, what does social isolation do to us? Just dumbs us down and numbs us down, I should say. It numbs us down, and my goodness gracious, it just takes so much away from us. So there we are, more and more talking about loneliness. And look at what's with kids, right? We keep hearing more and more about drugs and kids that are on drugs and things that are harming them. And how do we deal with that? And what do we take and do for kids, and the amount of drug and suicides, and adults, especially seniors, that have been locked down and lost their contacts with their grandkids, with their own kids and their friends and neighbors and bingo and church. And what are the impacts all of this is having on our restrictive abilities to get out and mingle and meet with people. Harvard letter talking about then the dementia trends. And what do we do with this? No end in sight. What do we do here? Let's say, this is going to be Harvard from the March issue, the 10 rules for a healthy diet. So nutrition is important for us. Now, why is nutrition? Because what we put in here goes into our bloodstream, and the nutrients then are picked up for our brain function. And so many studies have been done on the importance of the nutritional habits we have and the impacts that those habits have on our cognitive function. So we're learning more and more about nutritional habits, physical habits, flexibility, and the body system working as a holistic process, and how it impacts that which goes on up here. Now, who would ever think, well, let's just cut it off right here. What we do for up here, stays here. What we do for down here kind of stays down there. If we study anything about the human body and ever look at a skeleton, we realize what? This and this are connected. It's one holistic piece. So I'm always looking for people in my research, in my studies, in my own doctor cares. I'm looking for people who get the fact that we're a whole body. We're whole. We're like one piece. And how do all these pieces connect? And what goes on in the shoulder may start from the ankle, and we do what we call an X of the body systems. The X in terms of what we do in our brains. How do we understand all these complexities and how they filter into our thinking and mental fitness and cognitive well-being? Which then brings us to the last article that I want to share with you for today, and that is, how do we reduce daily stress? Who doesn't have stress in life? And I always remember uh, Norm Vincent Peale talking about stress. And you can find people in the cemetery that don't have stress. So if you have stress, that means you're still alive. But the key becomes, how do you handle the stress? How do you build resiliency in your being so that you bounce back off the stresses we all will have at some point in our life? And now I've at least exhausted the pile that I've been saving and saving in a very quick way. Now I probably have to go back and do pieces of them, but until I return. So what am I up to? I am off today to travel to New York for about 10 days. I have a granddaughter who has just done super terrific, spectacularly well at the Indiana University in Pennsylvania, and she'll be getting her graduate degree in communications this coming week. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's time for celebration. And I'll have a few days in New York before we go for celebration. So I'll be leaving for New York today. I should be able to get on Monday. I should be able to get on Wednesday, but next Friday will be party and celebration time. I'll be attending graduation ceremonies and celebrations. So I will not be on next Friday or Saturday, and then back here in Florida. So all is well, and it's all happening. We've got a lot of good things we're working on. Check out the USA Memory Championship website. We got people registering now for our July qualifying event, and by the end of May, we'll sort out where we're going to host a live event this year. Full Sail would love to film again this year, and we'd love to have them. So we got a lot of good things we're working on. Stay well, be smart. Continue to be safe. Don't get too crazy. COVID is still around us. I'm meeting too many people that have known someone or are just finished going through their own bout of COVID over the last couple of months. So be smart about where you go, what you do, and maintain your safety. I want you on my Live with Tony broadcast listening to at least some of the pearls of wisdom that I'm hoping to share with my audience. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.